What's going on, nation, and welcome to the first episode of INSTA-GOLD. You are not gonna believe who I have as my guest today, because he was in fact in the first episode of Insta-Garbage. But I'm a man of my word, and when I had Cameron in the first episode of Insta-Garbage, I said, you know what, bro? You have an amazing Instagram page. There was just one exercise I was feeling a little iffy on. And then he actually reached out to me after that episode, as you guys know, and we talked. And then a lot of you guys came up with the idea for the INSTA-GOLD page, where I showcase people who are doing an amazing job on Instagram and are really trying to help others. And I was like, you know what? Cameron came across as such an awesome dude. He is putting out great content. Why not start off the series with a bang? And Cameron, he is here right now. What's up, man?
What's going on, guys? How you doing? How's it going, man?
Well, they can't respond to you. I'll respond. I think they're doing great.
I'm at you. How are you doing?
No, just kidding. So, for those of you who don't know, Cameron's Instagram handle is @CameronChase with 2 underscores. So you can check him out. Yep. Yeah, 2 underscores. He wishes we had a conversation before this. He wishes he purchased the real Cameron Chase. Now that he's blown up so big on Instagram. What do you have now? Like 180,000 followers, or?
I think I got like 187, maybe 188. I don't know.
Damn, man, growing fast. Growing fast.
Yeah. No, yeah, it came quick.
Yeah, well, and we're going to talk about that. I just want to let everybody know that I will be posting links to Cameron's Instagram page in the info section and in my pinned comment below. So make sure you take a look. And as you're scrolling down, make sure you tap that like button, because, hey, Insta-GOLD is going to be a great series as long as you guys show the support. So, Cameron, so happy to have you on here, man. I mean, you went from Insta-Garbage to Insta-GOLD, and I mean, you hit me up so fast. How did you even know that you were in that episode? Like, I think it was either that night or that morning of that video, you sent me a message, and I was like, damn, that was quick.
Well, it was funny because I woke up to a message from one of my friends, and he was like, "Yeah, Scott made a video on you," and I was like, "Made a video on me? That's weird. Like, I don't know why." And then I opened it up, and it says Insta-Garbage with me on it, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, I look over, you got like crazy subscribers and all this stuff, and I'm like, what did I do? I was like, what did I do? Because that's my biggest fear going in the whole social media world, is saying something wrong, doing something wrong, and just everybody like freaking out. Then I watched it over and I saw it, and I was like, it wasn't really like bad at all. Like, it was just like that one like plate press that I did, and you were like, oh, I like your profile, I like what you do, just make sure that you kind of watch what you put on the internet, because some less experienced people, which I really appreciated. So like, I reached out to you, I just sent you a DM and like, hey man, like, thank you for the honest opinion. I appreciate you being real, because I mean, like, I'm all for constructive criticism. I don't want to be, like I said, I'm kind of new to the whole Instagram game, I feel like, so I'm not trying to, put any bad content and like sway people to do bad things and like stuff like that. I'm just kind of putting out my workouts, trying to help people out.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it wasn't even a terrible exercise. It was just, it was something that I wouldn't want a beginner to see and try, especially with metal plates.
Of course.
Because I know you can control them, I know I can control them, but, some people can't control them, and then they're going to be, dropping plates on their face. And we don't want that to happen.
Yeah, that's one of the things, too, is like, I get mixed DMs from people saying, like, hey, you're doing, like, the same thing over and again. Like, you do barbell bench press, like, every chest day, like, switch it up. Like, we follow you because we want something different. Then you get people over here saying, like, oh, that's just a crazy exercise, like, you shouldn't be doing that because less experienced people. And then it's just mixed opinions, and I feel like I can never like win with everybody, which I mean, I know I can't, but I just post. And
that's probably why most people ignore their DMs, because they just like, I'll put it out there, you like it, you don't like it, I'm gonna keep doing my thing.
And I'm not the type of person that I'm gonna put my workouts out there and I'm gonna say this is the best, for this. Like, if you're trying to build your chest, this plate press is an ideal wear exercise and stuff. I'm like, these are just the workouts I do. I put them out there. You know, they're meant for, you know, not necessarily following everybody, follow them every single day, but, you know, take a workout that you like, you know, make it your own, twist it up a little, do a different grip, you know, just kind of incorporate it in your own workout and just, you know, do you know, because I'm just switch it up every time. Plus, you know, for content wise, you know, I can't just post the same thing over and over again. So I'm constantly trying to switch things up just to, you know, just not to be so repetitive.
Yeah, man. Well, and speaking of your page doing so well, I mean, have you always been super into fitness? Is this what you went to school for? How long have you been doing Instagram?
So I got into fitness when I was probably like a junior in high school, maybe a sophomore. I was just like that kind of smaller, scrawnier, skinny, shorter kid. That, you know, I was like, if I can't grow taller, I'm gonna get bigger, you know, and you kind of want to get abs, you know, to get girls and stuff like that. So it just started out as kind of like, you know, you want big biceps, big abs, so you kind of go in, and then it just turned into like a passion of mine. I just love lifting, and I just like, you know, I kind of developed like a good physique, and, you know, kind of got noticed, helped my confidence, and met so many good friends through the gym, and it's just like I'm super blessed by like where the gym has taken me in my life. But it wasn't until I got into college. I was actually going to school for accounting, and then yeah, I had a super high GPA and had a, you know, associates for transfer, because I did like a 2-year college to transfer into San Diego State, and didn't get in. And I was like pretty much guaranteed to get in, so it kind of like threw me off, and I didn't know what to do with my life, so I just took a year off. My friend was like, "Hey, you have a good physique, you should start a fitness account." And I was like, yeah, why not? So I just started posting like random, you know, shirtless pictures and like whatever, and then started posting workouts, and met a couple other friends, good people in the community, kind of helped me out, you know, taught me how to, you know, what's good content and this and that. And then it just kind of started to take off. I think I, you know, hit like 10,000 followers probably like late December, January. And then yeah, I just started, you know, I was going from like a couple hundred a day to 1,000 a day. 3,000 a day was like my biggest growth. For like a week there, I was going 3,000 a day. And it was like, it's crazy. And then, you know, you got all these people watching you, and it kind of scared me, kind of tweaked, you know, like I don't kind of a lot to handle, you know, it happened so fast that I was like, you know, so that's why I'm kind of scared to like show me and who I am, just because like there's a lot of people that judge and whatever. But
I think I think you're doing a great job, man. And I mean, you do have a lot of really creative exercises. I was scrolling through your page last week, and I was watching one of your shoulder workouts, and you were doing like an overhead press on the cable machine using the T-bar row handle. And I was like, wow, that's actually a really interesting variation of doing that exercise, because even someone like me, you know, I have an extensive knowledge base of a lot of different exercises, but I'm also very stubborn. So I tend to stick to like the same things that I know are going to work and I can overpower and you with. And so where do you get your creativity from to come up with different variations of exercises that work? Because even like that exercise is a very different variation, but it's not like something that's really dumb and is going to get you hurt. And also, I mean, there's still thought behind your workouts. Like I was scrolling through my inbox today, and people are sending me more candidates for Insta-Garbage. And I was looking at this one guy's page, who you guys will see in the next episode, unfortunately for him. But like the guy's putting together decent workouts, and it was like, he would have a great page if he would just take it one step forward and just clean up his form a little bit and give better like recommendations for sets and reps versus like 3 sets of 10, 3 sets of 10, 3 sets. It's like, dude, you can't do 3 sets of 10 on every exercise. Every exercise is the same, right? You don't do 3 sets of 10 of bench and then 3 sets of 10 of flies. Like you give more attention to the bench. So where do you come up with your ideas, and you know, why are you so smart with your exercise programming?
So I mean, I don't know, it's just like one trial and error of just like, as far as programming, it's just something that like has worked for me, so you know, I just kind of continue to do it. As far as exercises and everything like that, when I moved down to San Diego, actually when I was 18, I lived in like a pretty nice apartment complex, and they had like super nice apartment complex gym, but it was still an apartment complex gym. So they're like 2 floors under me. And so I would work out there for 3 years. And, you know, as you can imagine, at an apartment complex gym for 3 years, you can only do so many, you know, different exercises with the machines that they give you. So I would literally use every single machine for something it's not supposed to do, and switching tables and like switching grips on this, just to keep myself mentally sane, you know, just to like, just so I can, like, yeah. So I would think that's where a lot of my creative exercises come in. Also, you know, friends, you know, Instagram, everything, you gotta get ideas. You get tweaks and everything like that. You know, you take someone's idea and kind of throw a different grip on it. And I'm like, yeah, so I'm not saying I'm like the all-knowing like creator of exercises. I do get my inspiration from other people too.
Well, there's definitely like a way to do it where it makes sense. And that's what I like best about your page is you have some creative stuff there, but it still makes sense in how a routine should flow. And that's very important. Sure. And there's a lot of fitness influencers right now on Instagram where it's like, oh shit, I got to do a post today. Well, I'm going to go make some shit up and throw it on Instagram. And then all these people are just going to watch it and like it because they don't know better. And that's really what they do. So you shouldn't get, you guys watching the video, you shouldn't get upset that I'm saying that, because that's what people are doing to you. They're like,
of course,
it's the Insta virus. You know, Shredded Sports Science talks about it all the time. And it's crazy, but you know, it is what it is. And that's why I think INSTA-GOLD is a really great opportunity to bring channels like yours and pages like yours, you know, to the forefront, so people can go there and, you know, check out what you have and learn from, you know, instead of complaining, you know, hey, I don't like this. This is what I like. Oh, okay. Solve the problem that way. Granted, you know, go to my page first, obviously, before Cameron's. Like my stuff, then go to Cameron's page and then like his stuff. So, I mean, well, dude, speaking of, you know, you said you started off posting photos because your friend said that you were obviously in great shape, and you are, dude. I mean, you could probably use an extra 1 or 2 veins in your arm. And the last photo I saw, but dude, you are very, very vascular and lean right now. I mean, do you stay like that all year long? Do you have cheat meals? Do you drink alcohol? Are you genetically blessed? What's up, man?
So one of it is, of course, genetics. You know, I grew up super skinny. I've always had abs. That's something that like everybody comments on my thing. Why don't you throw ab workouts? And why don't you do this? Abs. And I'm like, I know I should, but at the same time, I don't really train abs. That's just never been something that I have trained. I know I should. You know, but like that's just something. You know, it's just something I don't do. I've always had abs. I've never had to. One, I've been so lean my entire life. Like I said, I was a super, super skinny kid. So, you know, every, you know, a pound of muscle I put on is just lean muscle. And, you know, my metabolism is so fast that I stay lean year round. My friends all hate me because I eat whatever I want. I mean, I can eat whatever I want. I drink. I love, you know, going out with my friends and drinking and stuff like that. But it's just one of those things, like, really until I actually like dialed down my diet, you know, I went so long without, you know, just eating whatever I want and putting 100% in the gym, and then realizing that, you know, I'm getting 60% of the results. And if I actually ate right and actually, you know, dieted right, you know, my physique can be like so much better. So then I kind of switched it up there for a bit and really kind of put in the work. But, you know, I've been working out for, you know, 6-7 years. You know, I've gotten to a point where I'm very happy with my physique, and if I can kind of cheat and still go out and drink and, you know, everything, then, and just kind of maintain, then I'm perfectly okay with that.
And I think that's great. And I think it's really good for everybody watching the video to see, because I'm basically the same way as you, Cameron. I mean, when I want to dial in a bit more, then I'll do certain things. I'll clean up my diet a bit more. I'll do extra cardio. But it's like, obviously you can't put on muscle being super lean all the time. So there are times to grow, there are times to get a bit more shredded, but it doesn't take much. It's literally a little bit of calorie manipulation, cleaning up the diet a little bit, maybe doing a little bit of cardio, and you're good to go. You don't have to kill yourself to get super lean, you know? And I think it's really great that you talk about that, and that you look as great as you do, you're putting out great content, but you still have a life. You still have friends you hang out with. I mean, when I met my wife, she actually had a test where on our first date, we went out to dinner because we met in the gym. And so she wanted to see if I was one of those guys who was going to like bring a Tupperware of like chicken and fish or whatever. And I ended up ordering like pasta or something. And so she was like a breath of fresh air. Oh, okay, this guy's not psycho about his food. And it's important, you know. I mean, obviously, if you have goals and you're trying to compete in a show, yeah, at that point you have some serious dietary restrictions. But I mean, you can look super lean as long as you stay active and you're exercising. And I think that's great, dude. So do you?
One of those things like, oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. So do you provide? Do you just do Instagram posts, or are you providing coaching, or do you take on new clients?
Yeah, of course. I do one-on-one coaching. I don't sell like bullshit 30-day challenge plans, like like the one size fits all. I don't do that. My coaching is very one-on-one. I don't even take everybody. My first like application on my Instagram is kind of just like people are giving me one-word answers, and people are live across. I can't talk to them. If they live in like Dubai or something like that, and they're a day ahead, I need to be able to communicate with you on like a regular basis, because it's very one-on-one, very personal. So I can't necessarily keep track of those clients very well. So those are one of the the people that I can't really like get to.
So do you take on people who want to build muscle, who want to lose weight, who want to compete? What kind of strategies you go for?
I'm definitely not a competition coach. That's completely, I have no idea how I would train someone for a competition. But as far as, I would say more, if you're just trying to put on muscle, getting in better health, get in better shape, that's more in my area. I can do that for you, and my thing is like I said, try to find some, people have wives, kids, family, pets, school, work, all this stuff, and like it's not going to be beneficial for them to eat plain chicken and rice every day, and this amount of oats and this one, like, we're just going to kind of find a, kind of more flexible approach, something that fits your like everyday life. Obviously it's going to take a little bit longer, but we're trying to build, a healthy lifestyle. I'm not, I have people that come to me and are like, I need to get in shape for a cruise, and then that in 3 months, and then that's when we're going to, get a little bit more dialed in. We're going to get a little bit more strict. But, people that are like, I just want to like, I've been overweight all my life and I want to like trim down that fat and like build a little bit of muscle. And like, those are the people that like, it's not like they have like a 3 month and then they're going to stop doing it. It's like a healthy lifestyle. I want to build those habits and more so teach people. I'm not just going to tell them you need to do this, this, this. I'm going to have them track their macros and then teach them, kind of what different macros are in different foods and what foods work better with their diet and their lifestyle and stuff like that. Kind of, to build that better, healthier lifestyle, than just eat chicken and rice and, do this and that and whatever and hate their life. Because, if you're mentally just waking up and eat food you don't like, and, especially if you're competing, that's different. You have a goal in mind and you have like a set, like,
I agree.
Set target. But like, if you're waking up and you're just eating this and that and you hate it, and then you're feeling like trash going to the gym and you're doing workouts that you don't like to do, and it's just like you're not going to make any progress, in my opinion. I mean, you can, but like it's not sustainable. It's not going to be a long-term thing.
It sounds like to me that as you're offering meal plans, you're offering workouts, but you're also offering a solution to keep people motivated, and I think that's super important. And that's one of the most important things, or one of the most important qualities to look for in finding a good trainer, especially an online trainer, because like you said in the beginning, you're not offering a cookie cutter program. So many of these guys, they, you see them on Instagram, they look awesome, they're competitors, and then, you pay $100 for a cookie cutter PDF file that has no photos, and it's literally the same routine everybody who pays the $100 gets, but it says customized. And it's so great to see people like yourself who are like, listen, I'm not about that. I'm going to help you, get a schedule where you can live your life and make fitness a part of it, versus making your life a part of fitness, I guess is the other way around.
Right, yeah. I like that. Yeah.
You can't take that. I just made that up.
No, that's the next Instagram caption. I already got
See
it.
that on your website. Oh man.
It's already done.
Yeah, it's already written it down. Oh, my web guy's watching the video. Oh man, I think that's really great, dude. Like I said, I'm really impressed with your page. I think you're great. As everybody can see watching the video, you know, you're super likable, super relatable. Obviously, come across very sincere, and I feel like that's such a rare thing to find. I hope I can make an episode 2 of Insta-GOLD. It's gonna be hard to find. You know,
yeah, good luck.
A lot more gold nuggets. You know what I mean? we should have a rating system once we get a lot of these Insta-GOLD series out, where the community can give you like a different size gold nugget depending on how much they like you or something. Oh, so what are your plans for the future, man? I mean, obviously, everybody watching right now, you know, Cameron's IG handle has been on the video the entire time. You can see it below. I think you mentioned that you were coming out with a website, or is it already out?
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of like a low-key thing right now, but I mean, I should be dropping it within the next month or 2.
Now it's a high-key thing. Everybody's watching.
It's not super high-key. No. So basically, it's going to be kind of like a website and an app, maybe an app a little bit later down the line. But website, first of all, to start off with. The app's more just for like the in-hand, you know, easy accessible for the people that purchase the program. It's not really a program. It's basically a one-on-one coaching, everything that I do. But it's just going to be all through the website. It's going to be literally one-on-one, completely custom. It'll calculate, you know, for macros. You know, if you're vegan, vegetarian, if you have injuries, you know, give you workouts. You know, I'm recording like 350 workouts right now. Just to, you know, have videos and everything. Basically everything that I have right now, it's just going to make it a lot easier on me to manage more people. So right now I kind of like, it's more a little bit more high price, just because, you know, it's very one-on-one and that takes a lot of time. I can only manage so many people. But this will be something way more affordable, because like, in my opinion, my target audience is like the people I want to target are the younger kids, kind of like me. You know, I started off kind of like skinnier, you know, maybe not that much confidence, this, not whatever. And like fitness has really kind of changed my life, like completely. I mean, that's what I do for a living now. Instagram and everything. It's completely changed my life, changed my confidence and everything, you know, and really, I personally think it's maybe a better person in general. So, you know, it'd be cool to, you know, reach out to kids that are, you know, 16, 17, maybe 18, you know, that younger generation, and more affordable. And, you know, any kid with a minimum wage job can afford, you know, the program. I haven't set a price point yet, but, you know, it'll be cheaper. And then, you know, that way I can reach, you know, more people, and not just, you know, the wealthier, you know, mid-20s or, you know, mid-30s or something, you know, person that's kind of like, I mean, I'm more than, of course I want to help them out too, but, you know, I would, me personally, I would love to.
Cameron is willing to take anyone's money, doesn't matter how old you are.
No, that's not what I'm saying, but I'm just saying.
We know what you're saying. You're trying to provide, you know, you're trying to provide good information that, you know, anyone, any age can come to your page and feel comfortable and feel like they're not getting ripped off. And I think that's really important. And
still get good, valuable information.
Yeah, shows honesty. It shows integrity. You know, as long as there's no plate pressing on the page, I'm sure it'll do great.
I mean, maybe there'll be a plate press, but I'll just put it as an expert exercise.
Yeah, as long as you have a range, right? Yeah, exactly.
Sign a waiver at the bottom that says if you drop a plate on your face, you know, it's not my fault.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what, you're definitely doing a kick-ass job. I'm excited to see more from you. I'm excited to, hopefully one day we'll be in the same area. We'll do like a fun video collab together, put out a sweet workout. And
maybe YouTube, maybe I can get some YouTube pointers, because I haven't started YouTube yet, but you know.
Yeah, man. We need to get you on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared to have so many people like in my personal life.
I'll tell you what, everybody.
Like, very like.
everybody watching right now, go to Cameron's most recent post and say, I'm here from at ScottHermanFitness and we want a YouTube channel.
All right.
And let him know I watched the video and I want a YouTube channel. Let's go.
All right. We'll see. We get 500 comments, I'll do it right now.
Yeah, make sure you guys tag me so I can keep track. So if Cameron says, oh yeah, I only got like 4, I'll be like, yeah, right, bro. I'll check my tag post right now. So awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for agreeing to be on the first episode of INSTA-GOLD. I mean, technically this is your first YouTube video, so that cherry's been, I popped your YouTube cherry. I get to claim that. That's mine.
It'll always be yours.
It'll always be mine. But, you know, guys, I hope to continue with this series. I'm really excited to have Cameron on here as my first guest. I really enjoyed talking with you, and just in our back and forth banter, I can tell you would do a great job on YouTube. And just from looking at your content, if any of you guys, you know, looking for new tips and tricks, definitely check out his page. There's nothing there really that have any issues with in terms of form or even exercise selection or how to put together the workout. So it's all great content all around, bro. Again, thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you, man,
to be on my YouTube channel.
I appreciate you, and yeah, it means a lot coming from someone like yourself. You know, just like OG champion in the fitness industry. You know, they're reaching out to me. It really means a lot. You know.
Hey, man.
I really thank you for that.
I'm at a point where, you know what, I'm gonna keep putting out kick-ass content, but I also want to. I like to teach too, and I like to help others, and I see a lot of potential, and you just started out. You're doing so great, and I just want to let you know you're doing a great job.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Really appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, guys, make sure, if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel and you click that notification bell so you don't miss any new video uploads from me. And if you enjoyed having Cameron here, make sure you tap that like button. The more likes the video gets, the more Cameron's going to know that he needs to start a YouTube channel.
More pressure.
More pressure, exactly. Hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next time.